So let's talk about the episode. Let's talk about the episode. So how are y'all loving this year later storyline they got going on? I like it for the most part. It's interesting, I must say. It's very interesting. The Jennifer thing, I love it. Y'all locked Eve up for Jennifer going over the balcony. I love it. She still ain't learned her lesson, but that'll calm her down. I like the little year later thing with Jennifer. We got JJ on pills. We got Abigail, the actual Abigail that we actually like. She bad. She playing along with the storyline. We got Jennifer waking up. We got Jack with the hourglass, keep on spinning it and spinning it, and hoping and praying that every time the sand go from one end to the next end, that Jennifer will wake up. He didn't help out with her physical therapy and all. Hoping, praying for a miracle. He finally got his miracle. She up, he happy. From the most part, all she remember is her double wedding with Justin and Adrian, and she said she remember the wedding, the double wedding. She remember everything from the wedding, besides when she went over that balcony and had a bad fall. So they trying to say that Eve did it because Eve was drunk. Y'all remember when Eve interrupted the wedding because Marlena had to say, is there anybody here who objected this wedding? Speak now, forever hold your peace. So she hold her drunk. Well, she didn't hold her drunken peace, and she spoke her mind and still mad at Jennifer for God knows what. She just want to be mad at Jennifer. So let's just say you depending on Jennifer, her memory, and all she remember from the fall was all she remember was her wedding, not the fall. And then we got Hope finally acting like Hope, but it's really Princess Gina finally giving us Hope and not Princess Gina, but she really is Princess Gina. Acting like she concerned, glad her cousin awoke. She finally acting like Hope, not Princess Gina, running around here looking like a million bugs. Basically Eden spent the whole year in prison. Justin of all people is her lawyer. Somehow Princess Gina altered the tape, made the tape look like it was Eve, not Hope. Well, Princess Gina that pushed her out, and somehow Eve got implicated in Jennifer falling, and then after that, it went left and right and sideways with Eve. Now she done spent the whole year in prison. Now she hoping and praying that Jennifer remembered that she wasn't the cause of her falling, even though she did cause a scene at that woman double wedding. And you kind of get what you deserve at this point, cause ain't nobody tell you to go to that wedding. Ain't nobody go tell you to bother Jennifer. You were drunk in your feelings, so you basically got what you deserve. Eve, ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. You kind of bothering Jennifer at this point just cause you can. She's an easy target for you. So it couldn't. We dealing with slow sailing PD, so of course they always get it wrong. So it's not it ain't a surprise or shock to me that you got implicated in somebody else's crime, even though you don't remember leaving your hotel room or suite that night, being involved into Jennifer murder. Well, spill, fall, incident. So, yeah, you kind of put yourself in that one, Eve, when you went messing with that woman at her wedding. So, Slow say them PD finally did something right and arrested you, even though you is innocent. I bet you'll sit your behind down somewhere now, won't you? No, you won't. You'll be right back at it all over again, and you're probably gonna be even mad at her because you had to spend a year in prison because they put the crime on you, even though you ain't do nothing or you wasn't nowhere involved in Jennifer Fall, but you look mighty good as a suspect. You the only one in Salem that got a grudge against Jennifer this long and this wide and this even. So you kind of put your foot in that portal by yourself, buddy. So good luck. And you got Ivy League calling himself helping you get. I'ma leave my feelings out of it when it comes to Justin and his Lord, and I'ma leave it alone. But anyways, though, let's move on. Is that all the Jennifer that happened? Besides that, waiting for her to remember. Eve still mad because she can't remember. Justin calling himself going to the hospital, seeing if Jennifer remember anything, and she don't. Then we got Hope. Well, Princess Gina playing around that she Hope, not really Hope, but she playing around. And was that Stefano standing up there? Well, sitting down there with that cigar in his hand, that looked like Stefano. I won't be surprised or shocked if they run him back. He need to come back, but he ain't coming back. So, what else happened with the Jennifer part besides JJ on pills? Basically this a waiting game for Eve because Eve's still locked up and she been waiting for a whole year for Jennifer to wake up. Justin trying to see if she remember. Yeah, that's what all it with the Jennifer thing. Polly Pocket a year later. Well, they say a year later, but according to her, it been 6 months. So which one is it, Days? Is it a year or is it 6 months? Either way, this storyline is nuts. Like, this is the crazy one. I was going to say this one for last, but let's go ahead and get to it now. Now, where we left off with them before we started this year later thing. Basically, she was leaving town. The Lonnie and Eli wedding didn't happen. Lonnie walked out, then tried to break the man down. After the wedding, Polly Pocket said she was leaving town. Yeah, the wedding didn't happen. She's still in town. Now she got called. Now Kristen then told Eric that he's the father. Well, Polly Pocket is having his child. He goes to question Polly. Nicole sitting there. She ain't saying nothing. Okay, Days. This is where I got a problem with y'all, lad. When we left off with Polly Pocket, it was Eric, it was Nicole, Polly Pocket, and Xander. Why didn't y'all go ahead and correct that or fix that where the part that Xander all of a sudden comes in and say, he is the father, you're not the father. We had sex again and all this and all that, and this is my child, this is not your child. It makes sense now, but why y'all didn't include that in when she was being confronted? Now that's where y'all lost me at, but I get what y'all was doing. I see what y'all was doing and I get what y'all was doing there. So, Nicole, again, this is gonna look horrible on you. This is gonna look bad for you, because again, you knew about this. You sat there and let this man lie to you. Well, you sat there and let Xander lie and said this is his child, knowing that it's not none of his child. So, and then also where the story cut off at, you had Eric ask Nicole, how long did you know about this? Did it just cut off for y'all, or did she say, "Oh, I knew about it when you knew about it," or "I knew about it a week ago and she still ain't tell the man"? So I'm confused about that part. He said he wanted a DNA test. We ain't never see the DNA test being given. We ain't never got a chance, or it was proved that Xander is really this child father and not Eric. We got Polly Pocket going along with this. So basically, he caught her. Like I said, Polly Pocket, you just like Chloe. You just like anybody on the soap opera that tells on themselves. You got that deer in the headlights look, like Xander said. Basically, you can tell when you lying. That face started looking funny. Them eyes get big. They start to water up. You remind me of Brooke Logan from The Bold and the Beautiful. It's easy to catch her behind in a lie. All you got to do is confront her. If she lying, you'll know she won't be crying. But if she start to look at you strange and tears start coming down her eyes, you know Brooke is lying. You gave me a Brooke Logan kind of feel. Like, you didn't have so many deer in the headlights moments, it's not even much fun. Like, and everything started to make sense to Eric. Ever since you found out you was pregnant, like, you almost threw up in the hospital when you was having cramps or when you were having morning sickness, but you told him you had a sick stomach. To the time he called you and questioned you about the DNA test and about the pregnancy test, that's what it was. And you told him you were doing a pregnancy test with Brady and Kristen, even though that was a good setup for you, even though you did run with that. Like, this is gonna come back to bite you in the behind, Nicole. I hope you realize this. Like, yeah, Xander going along 6 months later, a year later, talking about this here child, knowing darn well it could be, but we gonna need a DNA test to figure out who this child father is, cause we know what's the boy name? I forgot the boy she came to town with. We know he ain't the father, cause you would have been showing by now he was the father. We know it's between Eric and Xander, cause that was, well, not really between Xander. Well, depending on how Dave's calendar working, and depending on when she actually when she actually got pregnant and not well. It does lean toward the Eric, but you can never know with Days. You can never know with a soap opera who the real daddy is unless a DNA test come out and a DNA test come into play. But Polly Pocket, you ain't nothing. Xander, you ain't nothing. Nicole, enjoy Eric while you can, because when it do come out that y'all was lying, including when he asked you how long did you know, and you sat there and lied to that man in this way. So when the truth do come out, Nicole, you better enjoy Eric while you got him, because more than likely he ain't gonna be there for you. And that little whole reuniting y'all still doing, it's gonna end. Let's just put it that way, cause you still lying to that man and you know darn well every time you didn't lie, it always come back to bite you in the behind. Do we need to go back to the EJ days? Let's go back to the EJ days, shall we? Cause remember when you were with EJ and you lied to him 500,000 times and he finally got tired of you lying to you and he finally kicked you out on your behind, do we need to go back to the EJ days? Cause I was there and I remember about when you and EJ was married and all that. Remember, you want to go back to those days? I advise you to come clean. Like it ain't nothing. At this point, Nicole, if you lose Eric, you just lose Eric. I advise you to come clean now or suffer the consequences. You got Eric, but trust and believe you can lose him too just that fast by sitting up here carrying on with a lie. What Xander then started, Polly Pocket didn't clear up, and you sitting back there in the background letting it play out, thinking that you're going to have Eric wherever. But once the truth come out, and I got a feeling it's gonna come out in the worst way possible. We gonna see you do EJ all over again when EJ caught you in the many lies you told him and all the many schemes and all the effort you tried to do to keep EJ by your side, and it all backfired and blew up in your face. So you sit right there, keep on lying, Nicole, and see where that gets you at. Then we got the Ben Sierra, Will, Sonny, Ari, all them up into one. So they had me thinking that was Sierra on the ground, and that Ben finally snapped and finally got Sierra, which everybody thought that was gonna happen. Even Victor thought it was gonna happen. Like they finally caught him. To find out, as the storyline going along and as the storyline playing now, we find out that it's Jordan. She came back, somebody screamed at her, it wasn't Ben, but somebody came and killed her, not being laying over her body. I thought it was Sierra this whole entire time. To find out it was Jordan. Sierra tried to help him by helping himself by calling the police and saying that it wasn't his fault. But it didn't work out that way. He ended up in jail somehow. Even though whoever killed her, even though it was self-defense, cause she was trying to kill Sierra all over again or hurt Sierra, and that would have been self-defense no matter how you turn it or twist it. Either way, even if Ben would have got her, it would have still been self-defense. So I'm not understanding how Ben in prison for killing her, and I'm guessing Bayview a year later not part of the package plan. Cause when he went on his necktie killing spree, he went straight to Bayview. So I'm guessing Bayview out of order, out of service, and don't work anymore. So now they gonna send him to prison with Will. So who Will then killed? See, y'all going too slow now. I'm very interested in this storyline, but I want to know who the hell Will killed. Sound like it's Adrian, but I ain't gonna go into wishful thinking. We just gonna have to wait and see. But the whole Ben storyline, and it should have made sense to me, but it didn't make sense to me. Cause remember when Ben went to Victor and asked him for his help to help him out with his sister. And remember when the pizza man showed up, one of Victor hitmans or ordered hitmans came with the pizza trying to give it to Jordan, and then Ben told Victor to cut it off, and then Ben called the pizza man, and then the pizza man left. So while this was happening, Victor did warn him that all bets are off. He got to protect his grandniece, so I'm guessing he did go along with it. That's what I'm seeing for the most part, that Sierra trying to set Victor up cause he the one that killed Sierra, or one of his little minions or flunkies killed Jordan, but the blame is being placed on Ben, and Victor the one that sought him up, or however Victor went there and did that, and now Sierra done playing with Victor, wait for him to put his guard down, got Victor thinking that she don't love Ben no more, telling him that he a murderer and he ain't gonna change, so I had to pretend like I don't love him no more, just so I can go in there and get the evidence against Victor, but Ben can get out of jail, so that's what we running with that right now. Lord, they didn't age Ari just that fast. Now Ari, when she was this small, now she this big, and they didn't change out the Arianas. And now they saying that it feel like it's Gabby all over again. Now that Sonny, Will in prison now, or jail, most likely prison. And how convenient is this storyline that Ben and Will are bunkmates, and they sit up there sharing stories. Ben sharing his suspicion of who probably sought him up. I'm surprised Victor wasn't on the top of his list, but he naming Rave and other people. I'm surprised and shocked that he didn't name Victor yet, but I'm guessing he forgot, and I'm guessing he's thinking that Victor stopped now that he told Victor to stop. So that's what we going in. But I'm dying to see how this play out, though. I'm loving this year later thing, or this 6 months later thing, as Polly Pocket say. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And can't wait to see where it go at, and wait to find out who the hell will kill. But anyways, though, y'all, that was the episode. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. Bye.